So firstly, we put a splosh of vegetable oil into our pot, about 2 tablespoonfuls worth. And then we add a large, very finely chopped onion to that. And we'll need to cook this for about 5 minutes. Just keep that stirring on a medium heat, and we'll come back to this in 5 minutes. Once the onions have become ever so translucent and hugely aromatic, we want to add some of the flavors. So we have a tablespoonful of curry powder. Doesn't matter which one you use. If you prefer spicy food, use a hot one. If you have a milder palate, then obviously go for something much milder. And then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of ground turmeric, 1 teaspoon of ground coriander, here I have 200 grams of basmati rice, which I have already sieved and washed and gotten rid of as much starch as possible. So that's 200 grams of basmati rice. And then we pop in the juice of half a lemon, which, as you can see, I've already juiced. 2 bay leaves, and 400 milliliters of fish stock. Now, it doesn't matter if you don't have fish stock, fresh fish stock, or even a fish cube. You can just substitute that with any other kind of stock, really. If you're making a vegetarian version of this and using tofu instead of the eggs and fish, then obviously you'd want to use a vegetable stock cube. And that smells divine already. Pungent, aromatic, fresh, and just wonderful. So simply pop a lid on that, let that simmer for about 15 minutes, and we'll come back to it and add the remainder of the ingredients. So now that has cooked for approximately 15 minutes, we will simply want to remove those 2 bay leaves, which will have made their way to the top. And then very coarsely, we will want to, making sure we don't get any of the skin, we will want to flake that smoked mackerel in decent sized pieces into the kedgeree. So I'm cooking this for 2 people, hence why I'm using 2 fillets of mackerel. I think 1 per person is a perfect amount. So just flake that in decent sized chunks into it. Just be very careful to make sure that there are no tiny bones still left in that mackerel. So once we have flaked that in to the rice, just give it a good stir. And then, as you can see, I have already quartered 3 hard-boiled eggs. So just pop those in with a handful of parsley and a handful of coriander. Give that a good stir and you have a gorgeous, healthy, tasty 1 pot kedgeree, which I shall just plate up now. And now that's plated up, we simply have to lightly season. And just tear some more fresh parsley very roughly over the top of that. Serve with a lemon wedge, and Foodyoubelieveit, a tasty, simple and healthy breakfast or brunch. It's kedgeree.